you ain't heard, I'm dropping it. WCS on deck once again with the hot grease, man. Epic sparring going down right now as we speak. Jahi Tucker steps into Philly to spar Jaron Boots Ennis. Let's get it.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best, you gotta show me son. Actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
You already know. Big shout out to everyone in the building, man. Good morning. It's Friday. You know what I'm saying? Captain Chaos, the wild dog on deck. What's good with it, Chaos? Salute to your brother. Appreciate you pulling up, being the first in the building. You know what I'm saying? It's Friday, and I got to bring the hot grease, man, and talk about this boxing. The entire evening, I was in the process of getting reservations and shit locked on. Pull up to Philly. Sparring is going down as we speak. And you probably saying to yourself, you know, to those out there that really ain't attuned to what's going on behind the scenes. Let me refresh y'all on how all this kind of came to the surface. You know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, some of these channels do have influence on the boxing public, especially at the YTC. But let me show you this short clip. Shout out to the Boxing Voice. And then I'm going to elaborate and tell you what I know, what I've been knowing for several years.
What do you see as just like big fight, your Super Bowl fight down the line?
My Super Bowl fight down the line.
Yeah.
It's these divisions is on fire. Boxing is in a great place right now, you know. So it's a lot of stuff that can happen, you know. Right now, hypothetically, it's looking like a versus Ortiz or Ennis. That's like a Super Bowl, you know. But there's also dudes coming up with me who on the same hunt that I'm on too. You feel me? So everything go fall into place.
Oh, being from the East Coast, you telling me you ain't going down to Philly?
I'm going on. What you mean?
You ain't been down to Philly to get that Ennis work?
We reached out.
No answers?
Discrepancies. Feel me?
That's the second time you used that. We're gonna have to have an off-air conversation about what discrepancies mean for him.
Bet.
So if you didn't pay attention, and shout out to the Boxing Voice. This is their clip, Ness. Salute to your brother. Continue to do what you do out here. You know what I'm saying? So that video pretty much went viral when it came down to Jahi Tucker, who is a rising star in the game, and you know, current welterweight. They trying to figure out whether he's gonna be a welterweight or super welterweight, but he's 9-0 at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Undefeated, just like Jaron Ennis. So therefore, you know, he put it out there after Ness asked him the questions. You know, you on the East Coast, you ain't got that Ennis work. And then he said, discrepancies. Now, anybody who know what discrepancies is, you know, everybody use it for a different type of freaking, you know, meaning or whatever. It can have a different meaning in the street, the boxing world, all that. But it pretty much it was a conflict. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much saying, you know, no fault of mine. It's a discrepancy on the distant end. No fault of mine. I don't have anything to do with that. So let me break this down to you. Like, first of all, I don't have no issues with, you know, Jaron Ennis I mean, never met him. There's no issues. I'm just talking just like, you know, they have their media and everybody have their media and people, you know, voice their opinion on certain things. So there's no need. I've seen the temperature for certain people. You know what I'm saying? There's no need to get upset about anything. I mean, especially when your people, from over in that spectrum are easy, to talk trash. I mean, that's boxing. People talk trash. So don't come over here acting like it's all brand new. And they do it all the time over there in They said we asked, and they couldn't get sparring with them. They couldn't get the work. You feel me? Shout out to Max. What's good? Philly to the world. Salute. Juice on deck. Salute to you, brother. They said they couldn't get work. So now, all this time, and that's keeping it real. That's more than one time. Like, you know what I'm saying? We had conversation about this. So when the Boxing Boys put that video out and Jahi Tucker said discrepancies, the shit went viral all because how he said it. He said all discrepancies. And to that, people will start dropping and adding and saying, hey, what's up with this? That kid Jahi Tucker, 19-year-old, he's telling the Boxing Voice, he can't get sparring with y'all because of discrepancies. What's going on? Y'all ain't get this man no work over there? Come on, man. We talking about Boots Ennis. Man. So some people temperature and barometer, went through the roof, and people was on the phone talking when this video dropped. People was talking. You know what I'm saying? There was some intensity going on. Like, what's going on? What is this? And then, Team Tucker let it be known, like, hey, we reached out. And y'all pretty much didn't respond. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how many times Team Tucker reached out, but it was like they actually spoke in person at one point in time. And this is going back to 2020 now. And then, I think there was a phone conversation had. Nothing. No response, no sparring, no nothing. So I'm not sitting up here saying anybody's scared of anything. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when it came down to Jahi Tucker, his team to request sparring because they wanted to get to work with the best, right? It never happened. It never happened until now, until today, until right as we speak. You know what I'm saying? Look, I know a lot of people, I hear conversations and people say what they say about fighters. You know what I'm saying? They want to say what they say about Jahi Tucker, just like they're gonna say and critique every other fighter. One thing you have to pay attention to is boxing. Everything about it consists of, your hands, your footwork, your boxing IQ. You know what I'm saying? The style which you delegate to disrupt your opponent's rhythm. Everything that it encapsulates is a sweet science. And one thing about Tucker, he is a unique fighter. You know what I'm saying? He has movement. He has defense and offense. He has a different type of rhythm that his opponents can't lock into. They can't just gauge it right off the back like it's easy. So I'm trying to tell people, like, when they always talking about he's not a power puncher, he's not this, that, and the other. You have to remember this is boxing. You have to remember that defense is a part of it, just like offense is a part of it, and punches count, right? So it's something that you shouldn't overlook, that he's only 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? He's only 19 years old. So therefore, what happened at the scales is him having a growth spurt, him growing and getting taller, 6 feet tall. Things are going to change. Dynamic of your physical composition is going to change. And, this is where we at right now. Sparring is finally going down because, people was looking at the Boxing Voice, that little clip, and people was like, God damn, what's going on? Hey, you see this clip? Who is this kid? He said he can't get work with y'all. It's discrepancies. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say he couldn't get work. He said it's discrepancies. I thought that was very professional. You know what I'm saying? Tucker is very professional at how he communicated anyway. He said discrepancies. So that pretty much sent the alarm off with Team Ennis. And Team Tucker drove up this morning because they had to go over there to Philly. So he has to be on the road, you know what I'm saying, in the cold to pull up to Philly because they want the sparring to happen ASAP or whatever. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna warm up enough because it's cold as hell over there in Philly right now. I tried my best to catch a flight out, you know what I'm saying, but it was at the last minute when this went down, so I really couldn't get a flight out, man, to be there in time. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Trick Noty on deck, man. WCS, good morning, salute to you, big dog. How you feeling, man? Balash on deck, what's good? Big Blunts and Boxing in the building. What's good with the Blunts? And appreciate that $2 super chat from Trick Noty in the building, man. What's good with you, bro? Appreciate your support always, man. So, I've heard about this, and I'm gonna put something else out there. You know, real talk. Him sparring Jahi Tucker is better than anybody on Jaron Ennis' resume. Real talk. Jahi Tucker is better than anybody on Jaron Ennis' resume. So it's good that he's getting sparring. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this is the best person, this is the best fighter he sparred. Well, I'm saying when it comes to his resume, Jahi Tucker is going to be, you know, the best name, you know, out of whoever he stepped into the ring with on his resume. You know, that's my strict opinion on that. Who on his resume can say otherwise? You know what I'm saying? I see Jahi clearly outboxing Sergey Lipinets. I see him clearly outboxing Thomas Delorme and clearly freaking outboxing Custio Clayton. That's where it starts. It ain't no reason to go deeper into the resume. People feeling some type of way about critiques and being opinionated. Don't get an attitude about something that you do. People get butt hurt over this shit, man. It's okay for them to have the lens rolling and all that and people talking mad stuff, this, that, and the other. But then when somebody or their favorite fighter, they act like it's personal. It ain't personal. To me, it's just a fact. Like, he still hasn't fought anybody yet to prove anything. And now they're you know, they're trying to align themselves with the paperwork to make that stuff happen. Team Jahi Tucker, they're still building up their resume. But what is this sport about? Just right, taking risks, right? So when a fighter come over here and calls out another fighter, or, you know, like he did Xander Zayas, or you hear of a situation like this going viral with the sparring, you know, situation and the video that came out with TBV, and people felt some type of way, people shouldn't get mad about that. I mean, it's really, you know how people say that the sport's getting soft and all that? We shouldn't really get mad at situations that go down like this. Like, if a team is willing to drive up like they always do, drive up 3+ hours to a Philly gym to spar someone who's in line to fight for a championship, and it's this little kid, as they call him, that's 9-0, that's been fighting under the bright lights. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? They're in the same weight class, y'all. Don't come to me with this BS, man. Don't start dropping shit in DM talking about he ain't on Boots level, and you know what I'm saying, he's trying to clout chase. It's no clout to chase, brother. It's no clout to chase. There's no clout to chase, man. It's just Boots has been boxing longer than Jahi professionally, and he's older. I think he's like 23, 24, and Jahi's 19 years old. So there's an age gap there. But let's not get it misconstrued, man. Come on. These guys are supposed to take risks and challenge one another. They're in the same weight class. in the same weight class. No, I don't hear nobody talking shit about Blair the Flair. You know, shout out to Blair the Flair, man. Good dude. Talk his shit all the time. He took the L, got stopped, came back, talked this shit again, went in there and put hands on my. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I can't be mad at him. He's still in character. He still got the same temperature. You can't be mad at him. So this is not such a big deal to know that Team Tucker is willing to take that risk and step into the motherfucking ring and get this sparring on. And that shit's gonna be epic. Real talk, they're in the same weight class, people. People just know Boots more so than they want to know Jahi. They just so bent on believing everything. But I'm saying, like, his resume, Jahi is gonna be the best name that he fought on his resume. Stepping into the ring. That's true words. Jahi beats all Jaron Ennis' top opponents. From Lipinets to Thomas Delorme to Custio Clayton. Point blank, period. Now, I'm not saying, you know, sparring wise, I'm talking about in the ring. Jahi Tucker beats his best opponents, his best opponents, period. So this sparring, in my opinion, is great. It's good for the sport. It's good for boxing. And also it's going to be good for both of them. Because, you know, you got the switch hitter, you know, that has all these frames that he can basically display in the ring. You know, he has many angles and areas to his skill set that people admire. I agree. You know, he's a talented fighter. But when it comes down to the numbers, though, you know what I'm saying? When it comes down to Jaron Ennis' numbers, people seem to act like it's not a topic for discussion. The man has 29, you know, victories, defeats, and 27 knockouts. And all World Combat Sports, all WCS is putting out there is just every other content creator does. You know what I'm saying? Every other boxing critic. If you ain't knocking on Max Kellerman's door, if you ain't knocking on all these other guys' door that critique fighters all the time, then don't knock on my door. Shit ain't personal. It's just telling you what I see, what's on paper. You know what I'm saying? He's following the format of boxing. He inflated his record like a lot of other fighters, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's the format of boxing. You can do that. Now he's ready to spread his wings and go in there and fight for an interim title or what have you, and hopefully get that shot at the IBF if it presents itself. You know, if Spence don't vacate or whatever. But come on, man. You know, he's about to fight Karen. You know, 21-0, and in Washington D.C. You know, Karen is a you know, born in the Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? A Ukraine fighter. And if you look at his record, majority of his fights has been over there in the Ukraine. Period. I was on somebody else's live and I was saying this about Naoya Inoue, how he had a lot of his fights overseas, and you know, someone tried to be petty and say that, you know, that was being prejudiced. That's not prejudice. That's the facts of life. Like this dude right here, majority of his fights has been in Ukraine, bro. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Majority of his fights has been in Ukraine. He had some of them in Germany, a couple of them in Germany, but majority of his fights has been in Ukraine. So we're not supposed to talk about it. So he's stepping in there for the IBF interim world title, and let's see how it happens. You know, see what's popping. Shout out to Boxing IQ. What's good? Jahi Tucker is good. He just needs a better corner. And when y'all say that, I really don't know what you mean by better corner. You know what I'm saying? It's just like telling somebody they need a better car and don't tell them the reason why they need a better car. Like, oh, you just need a better car. Why? What's wrong with the one I got? It get me from point A to and back. What do you mean? Be more specific, please. Just be more specific in what you're saying. Jahi's moving up to 154. Jahi can't make 147 unless he hires a nutritionist. That's not entirely true. You really don't know why he couldn't make the weight. Okay. There's many things that came into a factor. That's the first time he missed weight. The first time. So just to educate you a little bit, boxing IQ, not talking on you, brother. You know what I'm saying? But he has a nutritionist, okay? And muscle, growth spurts, everything, they hit every fighter. They hit every fighter like it hit Shakur Stevenson, like it hit Xander Zayas, like it hits a lot of fighters who come in the sport young. They grow into their grown man strength, and they find out what? I may potentially can't make this weight no more. Or it's getting very extremely difficult for me to make this weight. Should I continue to do it because I'm not feeling healthy at 100%? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. Just to let you know that piece of information, Boxing IQ 360, he has nutritions. When he was up there trying to cut that weight, she was up there too. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know there, Boxing IQ. So shouldn't you consider him being 9-0? He doesn't even have a discrepancy on his freaking ledger to the right side. He has no losses. So pretty much, why should he get a better corner? You're not making any sense. Why should he get a better corner? Real talk. So Jahi Tucker and Jaron Ennis will spar as we speak. Yeah, they sparring as we speak. As we speak. Shout out to Shaw News. Yeah, shout out to Team Tucker. Jahi's no longer welterweight. He missed weight. You telling me what I already know, man. I was there already. I already know. I was up there when he was cutting weight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you going off what you hear from the outside, or whoever you may be. All I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But it's not totally off the table that he's done with 147. That's a fact. It's not all the way off the table. All they did was have, a stumbling block in this training camp. And, when a fighter starts to grow and pick up more muscle, it takes a lot longer for muscle. You know what I'm saying? Like, fighters have had problems with weight issues. So we can't act like Jahi Tucker is the only one who missed weight. We can't act like that. We can't act like he's the only one that have a missed weight, bro. Real talk. I mean, he's 19 years old. He's growing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when did he have his first fight again on TV? Come on, man. A couple of years ago. So you do the math. Like, teenager growing into his weight. You feel me? I think you're not looking at the scope of he's undefeated. And you saying he need a new corner. There's no reason for that to even be the topic of a conversation. Because he hasn't lost. And he performs differently every time he's in the ring, man. Yeah, man. She was on site, man. Come on, take it from somebody who was there. It was like way in the AM, man. She was on site. She was on site, man. They was trying to drop the weight. Oh, they absolutely are. They're in the same weight class. They're in the welterweight division. They absolutely are. You can't as big as people say that Jaron Ennis is he in the same weight class? Because they always talking about he's like a middleweight, right? That's fighting at 47. So when you see this bigger, a lot of people gonna say Jaron Ennis is bigger than Jahi Tucker. So you can't come over here and use that argument and say, oh, they're not in the same weight class. Man, come on. Everybody who look at Ennis, they say, man, Ennis big for 47. Come on, bro. Man, that's easy. That's easy, bro. That's easy to acknowledge. Appreciate you breaking that down, Blunts. So obviously, you are somebody who's on an account that's somewhere over there in Philly right now. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to talk about problems, or somebody down here that, wherever you at. He said the problem with Jahi is that music, his dad is trying to do everything. He's playing coach nutrition and strength conditioning. That's a lie. That's not true. That's not true. And look, are you saying that about other dads that's out here? Are you in the gym over there and seeing what Bozy is doing? Do you know their lineup? If you do, drop it in the chat. What is their lineup? What is he doing? What is his primary roles that he's playing for his son? Because the pops, the father can do anything they want. It's all about if it's working or not. Like I explained to you, Ennis is undefeated. So obviously something is working out with Bozy being his father and being in his camp. Something's working out. You know what I'm saying? Just like Jahi, he's undefeated. Something's working out. People always say how big Ennis is, but all of a sudden, they're not in the same weight class just because he missed weight. Come on, man. That's a big welterweight right there. Ennis is a big welterweight, bro. Shout out to Jaleel Hackett, man. I like him. Shout out to him and his pops Bernard. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Entertainment on Deck, man. He said Jaleel Hackett would end the man's career, let alone Ennis. After sparring happens, and then you'll never see him go back to spar boots again. Don't be mad. And Lipinets will stop him. He only 19. Well, guess what I got for you? Because obviously, once again, you are speaking on this from afar. But he sparred Jaleel Hackett already. And I'm going to leave it at that because Jaleel Hackett is not a part of the conversation. But they sparred Jaleel Hackett already. Ask them about the sparring. Ask them about the sparring because I don't have nothing bad to say about Team Hackett. I like them. Him and his pops Bernard. I like Jaleel Hackett. Promising upcoming rising fighter. I like Hackett, man. Real talk. I like his style actually. You know what I'm saying? He's came a long way, but they sparred. Look on his IG. They put a bit. I think they put Jahi Tucker them put a piece of that sparring out there when they were sparring Jaleel Hackett. So you saying he'll end his career? Come on, bro. Come on, man. What are you doing? What are you guys doing? Y'all just come on here and just talking just for fun? Do y'all actually go to these gyms and stuff, or y'all just like hang around in the YTC and just talk? You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. Seriously, have you seen Jahi perform under the lights? Come on, it's no knock on Jaleel. Jaleel is still growing. He's undefeated. He's 4-0, but Jahi's been fighting under the lights, man, since his debut. What are you saying exactly? And then who career has Boots Ennis ended? Did he end Sergey Lipinets? He's still fighting. Did he end Thomas Delorme? He's still fighting. Did he end Cassius Clay? Still fighting. So how are you going to end Jahi Tucker's career and nobody else has did it up to this point. Like, he's been in there sparring with some of the big names, but they're not the topic of discussion. That shit sound good. That sound good, but you're not gonna get me to dog out another fighter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because you want to throw Lil Hackett in there. Good guy, man. Him and his pops, man. Father and son tandem, once again, good people. Just like Jaron Ennis and Jaron is good people, man. I just feel he ain't fought nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Jahi beats everybody on his resume. Easy. Jahi beats everybody on Jaron's 29 victory resume. Point blank period. Point blank period. And how's you giving Sergey Lipin so much credit? And he was stopped in the 6th round by a welterweight, right? You're talking about a guy who moved up from 140 and is much smaller for the division, couldn't hang, took the loss and moved back down to 140. What do you think Jahi do to him, man? It'll be easy work. Are y'all forgetting about feet? Y'all forgetting about footwork? Are y'all forgetting about mobility, rhythm, hand speed, offense, defense? Are y'all forgetting about that shit? I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on here. It seems like y'all just talking and having fun, conversation. I got it. It's all good, bro. But talking about people in careers, that shit's funny, dog. No, he's not the son of Greg Hackett. He's not. Bernard Hackett is his father. Solid people, man. Solid people. Shout out to Hyphy on deck. Though Daenerys stated part of making or missing weight is determined before the training camp even begins. Hey, listen, I know she's been making her rounds, but I'm going to be honest with you. Like a lot of other people, I understand she's making her rounds. She can't speak for every fighter. All she needs to pay attention to is Nonito and whatever fighter that's on her charge. Now, you're trying to tell me everybody's physical anatomy is the same. So just because she said making or missing weight is determined before the training camp even begins. Come on now. Now, we're talking about somebody going into training camp entirely healthy and they come into an injury. Or let's just say they're nursing an injury. Do we take that in consideration, or it's so transparent you expect these fighters to be drones? You know what I'm saying? Clones, just zombies. And they can't get injured. Or something may not be changing. Something may be changing with their body, but just because they don't let the public know, it doesn't exist. No, things happen. Things happen. You know what I'm saying? Just like every fight isn't the same. No need to went in there and went the distance with Inouye once. You know what I'm saying? He did. He had a good showing. But when he came back, he got stopped. Does that mean that what she says about training camp and there's because you went the distance with somebody the first time, you're going to be able to do that the second time? No, not at all. So I just take that what she said with a grain of salt. I understand she's making her rounds, but everything she says is not scripture. Everything she says is not scripture, real talk. And that's respect. I don't know her, but I don't believe everything she says. People giving her mad attention for her being a part of the boxing game. So, but everybody, if she was attached to 50 freaking fighters and her freaking her diet plan or whatever she's talking about, or any type of freaking advice that she's giving these fighters, if it was working out across the board, then maybe she can have a bit more respect on my side of the house and saying, oh man, she got the formula. She knows what she's talking about. But everybody's physical anatomy is different. So you can't just sit up here, that's determined before you go in the fight camp. Yeah, they have a plan. They have goals to be on this, that, and the other. Yeah, of course. But if you use her analogy, no fighter should ever miss weight. Why do fighters miss weight? Come on now. Yeah, I hope you get better, man. I didn't know you were sick like that. I still am. I'm still not 100% since NY, and I was headed back to Philly. You know, that might have been God's plan. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Boots doing good preparing for Karen though. Sparring a lot of top guys and prospects. They had Coach Anthony over there too. Can't wait to see him on January 7th. Yeah, man, Coach Anthony, shout out to him, man. Damn good videos. Damn good video. Shout out to Coach Anthony, man. Shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? You know, I guess people, you know, they love picking their favorites, and then they act like nobody can critique them. But their less favorite fighter, they want to sit up here and criticize the hell out of them. That's not the way it works. That's bias, man. You know what I'm saying? Also, not every nutrition and strength conditioning coach use the same methods to assist with cutting weight. Absolutely. A change somewhere may result in easier weight cuts. Man, if anybody, I mean, come on, you speak of these people because they're inside boxing and they pick up certain things and you know, certain areas of experience and knowledge that they're able to catalog with their experience, right? So just look at all these trainers has been in the sport of boxing for the longest of time. And some of them still don't have a world champion to their charge. These are guys who've been a part of boxing for years. And some of them still haven't been able to get a hold of a world champion. So to hear somebody talk about, you know, that's determined before a fight camp is absurd. Yeah, you go in there with a plan. You go in there with a calendar, and you put these dates, and you want to meet these goals right here, and you want to meet these weight limits. You know what I'm saying? That's obvious. But everybody does not have the same team. Everybody does not have the same training. Come on, we don't in a robotic world when it comes to this training shit. Everybody just doesn't go up there and go to a kiosk and say, yeah, give me that 8-week training camp. Yeah. And sir, can you please put in the information of your opponent? Okay, sure. You put in the kiosk your opponent. Thank you, sir. Information is being printed. Enjoy and good luck on your fight. That's not what we do. That's not what we do. Also, that's not what we do, man. And that's a good point there, Hyphy. Good point. I'm 24 and I'm trying to become more independent, you know, but I got to have a plan to do so. That's how my mind works. I can't figure nothing. Like everybody's life is different. Everybody has different damn pathways that they take in life, man. That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. Nothing's the same. If we was living off the same index, the same simulation, man, come on, bro. How would life be? How would there ever be change if we living and doing the same thing all the time? If no one can break out of the freaking matrix or so forth and understand there's something different out there, how would we know when to bring about change, man? But shout out to Team Tucker over there, man, getting that work. All I'm doing, I'm putting it out there that he's over there right now, getting it in. Big shout out to Team Tucker. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Team Ennis. I'm pretty sure the sparring is going to be excelente. Bruce got boxing, jazz, and more on deck, man. What's good with it, Bruce? The OG in the building. The man said they're in his career in sparring. Yo, what's wrong with these guys? I don't know, man. I don't know. You see, that's just gym talk. That's just gym talk because they're gonna have headgear on with bigger gloves, larger gloves. So, what are we talking about ending somebody's career in sparring? You know what I'm saying? How many times have you heard fighters say that they got off on Tank? You know what I'm saying? How many fighters out here saying they got off on Tank? They had him hurt or whatever the case may be. Is his career ended or he's still going in? How many people say, you know, Crawford was hurt in sparring, but he go on the stop Sean Porter. Sparring is sparring, man. That's all I'm saying. Sparring is sparring. Word, man, that was crazy. I overthink a lot. Trying to work on that and use my intuition more. Man, maturity comes with growth, man. You know what I'm saying? Or people can switch it up and say growth comes with maturity. You're talking about in the physical form or the mental form, psychological form. It all depends on your surroundings. Because surroundings do play a role in people's growth, whether it's stunt or it is able to blossom into something special. It's different. Just like boxing, man. Fighters grow. They're young. You can't expect a 19-year-old to maintain that 17-year-old frame. They start to grow and come into their own. We're talking about nutritionists. We're talking about everything. Come on, you expect them not to pick up more muscle as they start to grow? I mean, Xander found out he was growing. He just admitted when he was in NYC, his manager, that he's going through a growth spurt again. If you've seen Xander's mom, she's not a small lady, man. She got size on her. So Xander, like I said before, Xander's continued to grow, and he's only 20 years old. So we might see Xander before it's all over with how young he is. He's definitely going to be a light heavyweight. He's definitely going to be a light heavyweight. It's up to him on if he to get up there. But Jahi Tucker's just going through a spurt, man. I thought they'd go a certain percentage in sparring. Like they're not going to go full 100%, especially if a fighter has a bout coming up. Don't want to risk injury. Don't they also work on certain shit? The last half, they work on certain things, but not going 100%, hey, depends on what you call 100%, because I done been to sparring. Nobody can tell me that Brian Jr. and Tank Davis weren't going 150%. For real. You can't tell me that. Bombs over Bad Dag. Bombs over goddamn TL. You can't tell me, even Jahi Tucker and Brian Norman was going 100%. They was way over that, man. They were throwing bombs, man. Come on. It's fighters that go all out all the time. Why they said Boots wasn't the goods? You can't put that tag on me. I never once said Boots wasn't the good, bro. You know what I'm saying? You want me to drop the link, big dog? You want me to drop the link so we can have a conversation? Because now you're trying to put negative stuff in my mouth, like I'm dogging out fighters for no reason. I didn't say Boots wasn't the goods. All I said was Jahi can beat everybody on his record right now. They're two different fighters, two different frames. They're in the same weight division. Jahi haven't had a fight at 154 yet. And David Benavidez missed weight, and they attempted to put him in light heavyweight. But yeah, he said, no, I'm still fighting at 168. And they had to go out there and make some changes. Is he not still at 168? Yes, he is. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he is. So just because he missed weight one time, did Tank Davis go back down to a division he missed weight before? Come on, guy. Come on, man. You have to do your research. Did he not return back to 130? Did he not? Yeah, he did. He had to take care of some things, figure some shit out. What was going on here and there? What did he need to do? Did he not return back down to 130? Absolutely. Absolutely he did. You call it playing with his food, and they're going to call it boxing. Just because he's able to get in those rhythm, those combinational routines, how is he playing with his food, bro? That's boxing. People didn't say that when Pernell Whitaker's being so elusive. You know what I'm saying? With his defensive prowess, people marveled at it. Like they would say, man, we love Pernell Whitaker for his defense, man, being able to avoid all those punches and then, land his own punches at times. Nobody wasn't saying he was playing with his food. Jahi just makes it look simple. I know you're talking about the video that went viral when he, waved old boy to the ring, pop, pop, pop. And then once his opponent gravitated towards him, following him, he popped him, slipped his left hand, and reset. I mean, come on, bro. He's not playing with his food. Hey, if you say so, if you say he should be 9-0, 9 KOs, he's not a knockout artist like that yet. You know what I'm saying? But he has knockouts where he breaks his opponents down. You know what I'm saying? So what he should be and what he is, I think he's on track. He's doing well. You know what I'm saying? I understand where you're going, whoever you are boxing now, wherever you at. But to say somebody should be something, you know what I'm saying? What does it mean exactly when you say they should be something? He's undefeated. He's undefeated, shawty. He's undefeated. Now, just because he make it look easy and he is dance hall, he's in there dancing, you can't be mad. You know what I'm saying? That's all. You can't be mad. What's going on, Travis? How you feeling, brother? Like when they told Hakeem Rothman not to go 100% on Jake Paul. That's what I'm saying. They wanted that man to fight with hand, but that's a whole nother extreme circumstance there, Blunts. That's an extreme circumstance because they just didn't want that dude to get knocked out by a boxer who can box, whose dad is a former undisputed heavyweight champion. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We know what happens behind the scene in some of these sparring. And some of these guys go in here and they know they about to get beat up. And that's what they want. They just want the so-called A-side fighter to get some work in. So some of these guys are punching bags. But not when you get a situation like Jahi Tuck and Jaron Ennis. They going in there to bang out. Some fans, if you're not fanboying over the favorite fighter, you're disrespecting that fighter. Of course. Of course, man. Come on, Hyphy. Of course. We see it right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? After Spence evaporates into the shadows, next in line is Ennis. And they're going to be riding Ennis's coattail because he's the next in line. They're not going to attach themselves to Virgil Ortiz for whatever reason because they just can't connect him. But Ennis, they feel like they have a connection, Philly fighter, and the boxing footprint of Philly. You know what I'm saying? So they have that boxing respect coming out of there. And they're going to try to, the only thing about it, Ennis has to put himself in a position to find a rivalry. We don't know who his rivalry or rival is going to be. He doesn't have a rival. His rival is not Errol Spence. It's not Terrence Crawford. Now, the only way he's going to establish any type of rivalry is going to be in the division where he is going to be there for quite some time. His rivalry may come at 154. I don't see if the titles are vacated or whatever at welterweight. We don't know what's going to happen. But I don't see him stand there long enough to try to unify, and nor do people that jacket on him as if he's going to watch the entire division. Like I said before, Jaron has not fought anybody besides Sergey Lipinets, bro. How hard is that for people to grasp? It's not an insult. It's just the mere fact of looking at what the freaking paperwork says. 29 victories, but he hasn't fought anybody of high standard or notoriety. What's wrong with that? That's fact, man. Don't get mad about it. 9-0 is still 9-0. We hear it all the time. If the KO comes, then it comes. But the job is to go out there and get the win. Facts. It truly is. True words. True words. True words. True words spoken. So he says, Jahi Mazi debuted on the same card. Same card. Mazi was viewed as the more talented of the two. Tucker was getting KOs and kept getting pushed. If you know anything about the sport, which obviously you know stuff about the sport. Every fighter is different. I don't know like I understand where you're going with it, talking about debut and people look better than this. It's all about the growth, isn't it? You know, a lot of fighters don't look like super spectacular because it's their debut, man. They like look at Joey Spencer. Joey Spencer had all the hype behind him and everything, like, and then when he started growing and that competition, you know what I'm saying? Look at Jose Vargas, man. I mean, you can be compared to another fighter all day long when you just stepping into the arena and you're still in single digits with your professional experience. Look at Edgar Berlanga. You know, I remember him standing up on the rope and saying, I'm a monster after knocking out a dude. And then we all see when he stepped up competition, starting with Demond Nichols, you know, who's next in line with Demetrius Andrade. He went distance. You know, he knocked the dude down, but he couldn't get him up out of there. All right, Top Rank said, okay, let me give you somebody else. Boom, he ended up getting dropped. But before that, people was like, he's the next best and next best. Okay, he hasn't taken the L yet. You know what I'm saying? We have seen him do some I Am Legend shit where you thought he was trying to come out of the shadows and bite down on a man's clavicle. But right now, you have David Morrell, who has less fights than Edgar Berlanga in the same division, but they're not even talking about putting them two in the ring together. So when it comes to Jahi, man, he's going to grow as he grow. He doesn't have a rival yet. We don't know what it's going to be. Him and Boost may be a rival up the road. You know what I'm saying? They may be a rival at 54. They may be a rival at 160. But people can't sit up here and talk about the sweet signs, and then when it's sweet, you want to salt in it. I mean, come on, that's bullshit. It's a sweet science. It's a lot that goes in. You know, I've been around the sport for a long time. Okay, if you know what the sweet science consists of, stop throwing salt on the game. Stop sitting up there squeezing those lemons. And put some sour in this. Mozzie kept boxing, going to the and got shelved. And that wasn't the reason why so-called he got shelved, because last year he fought twice. You know what I'm saying? Just because he had one fight earlier this year and went to a draw, the dude is growing, man. And look, I'm gonna tell you like this, Q. Every 19-year-old ain't the same. Him and Jahi may be in the same age bracket. But who's going to sit up here and tell you both of these fighters are the same fighter? You know, you think of the Mozzie. Mozzie is a southpaw, man. Mozzie is a southpaw. Jahi Tucker fighting more rounds than this kid. You know, every 19-year-old ain't the same, man. They come in here. If you that person, you that person. I tell people, everybody can't do what Teofimo was able to do. Everybody can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Become a champion in 15 fights. Everybody can't do that. Become undisputed in 16. Everybody can't do that. Sticking boys on deck. What's good? Salute WCS. Salute to the chat. I'm late, but I hear. Damn. Work keep you from good boxing talk sometime. Yeah, man, that work is responsibility, though. You know what I'm saying? I tell people how many weekends I missed working shift work in the core. I didn't even know what a weekend was, a full weekend was when I was growing from a teenager into my 20s. I didn't know what a weekend was, man. Shit, you signed that contract, man. You ain't worrying about no weekend. They don't guarantee you no weekends. Brian on deck, what's good? Golden Boy's trying to build Virgil as his rival, but I don't see it. It's fact, but it's a bit out of context. Golden Boy's trying to build Virgil as his rival. There's no rival there, really. All they are is upcoming young lions. You got Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz. Blair the Fair is not one of those. He's just started boxing late. He's trying to catch up. You have like Jahi Tucker. He's a young lion that's coming up. It depends on, what they have to do to make adjustment. He may still return to 147. You never know. You know what I mean? You never know. Jaron's rival might be Virgil. He could follow up through 162. I don't know, man. We have to see how that plays out. That'd be good if they can have a rivalry. It'd be good if they can both pick up a chip and freaking have a unification. Who knows? But like I said before, Ennis is not a small welterweight. So we don't know how long he's going to be at 47 before he move up to 54. He's not a small welterweight, bro. I know them Ennis dying for top guys. We finally thought he was going to see it, then come with the Karen dude. I at least thought he was going to get Cody Crawley. And I remember you mentioning that. But see, it's like this, Bunch. People look at these guys, right, and they want to sit up here and obviate their record, but yet Karen is the next in line. Karen is in the ranking systems, though. I did a whole live on the ranking systems. Yeah, it fluffed, injected, and finessed and massaged. Yeah, that's what the ranking system is. All of that. All of that. That's what they can do. All of what I just mentioned. They can fluff that shit up the way they want to any time of the day. But him being signed to who he's signed to, it's almost like they're trying to take their step up fight as the grand finale. Like they step up fight, they're trying to wait to get a big name like freaking Spence. Because they going the BF route, they ain't going the WBO route. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going the WBO route. And people have to understand, he has not stepped in the ring with somebody the caliber of Crawford Spence or Thurman. He hasn't stepped in the ring with somebody the caliber of John Porter. He hasn't did it. That's man, I don't know how true that I gotta explain it. He doesn't have that on his record yet. He hasn't did it. Edgar being outboxed by Southpaw since the amateurs. Everybody knows that Edgar is a hype job. Yeah, but I'm just saying how, IQ, they was hyping him up like this man had leveled out, wins, knockouts. Oh, man, Edgar's the truth. And, I'm sitting back looking at his competition like I do everybody. Like, I just look at his competition. You know what I'm saying? Like, him having, like people look at Artur Beterbiev, him leveled out with his wins, knockouts, and then they look at Jaron Ennis. So when you both on the scale, who resume do you respect more? When we're talking about the same amount of wins and finishes that you have, who are they going to look at? Are they going to look at Beterbiev? Are they going to look at Anderson? You got to factor that in. You have to scrub the list. You have to look at the competition, see who they fought and everything. See who they sitting up here defeating. How much weight do you give their victory to these fighters who have same knockouts, same amount of wins? They leveled out across the board. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at their opponents. It looks good. But I know what they've been saying about Edgar, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to dog the man out. I know what they've been saying, and pretty much what you're talking about is a clear example as to why they don't mention him in the same sentence as David Morrell. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. How can David Morrell be in the position he's in, and Edgar Berlanga's in the same division, brother? And you talking about an 8-0 fighter, and Edgar is in double digits with his wins, but you got David Morrell, who's an 8-0 fighter, holding the strap already, and no one's saying, "Hey, Edgar, you up next. We want you to go in there and fight freaking David Morrell. You good? You taking the fight? You taking the fight there, Edgar? Hello? Are you there?" Edgar Berlanga is 20-0 with 16 knockouts, y'all. Vice, an 8-0 fighter, and nobody's up here screaming his name. 25 years old. 25 years old. You know, at the beginning of the day and the end of the day, man. Come on, man. And look, Dave Morrell is 1 year younger, so to speak. He's 24 years old. Edgar Berlanga is 25. Has more fights than and you know, I know people are gonna say, well, we don't really know how old Morrell is, but we're gonna say he's 24 years old. Cuban soft power, right? Nobody's calling for them to the fight because they don't have faith in Edgar. You know, just like IQ said, they don't have faith in him. You know what I'm saying? When I asked Erickson Lubin about the sparring, he wouldn't even talk about it. But I'm saying it's out there. It's public record, brother. Like, why didn't you get the video taken down? I don't know what these fighters doing. Like, the video is out here. And somebody asks you about it. No, I ain't gonna talk about it. For what? You up there. You're the one that's sparring him. You can't talk about what's online. It doesn't make any sense, man. Blunt said Dave Morrell would embarrass Berlanga. Ugh. He said he would embarrass that man. I'm just waiting for the word to come back. You know, I'm pretty sure those Warriors in there getting it in. I seen Jahi spar. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they're getting it in and everything. Good work. You know, I felt it was very imperative. You know what I'm saying? It was very imperative that I put a thumbnail up on it. Hold on for a second. Yeah, we back. What gym you out of, Boxing IQ? Brian say Morrell is crazy, bro. I need a Benavidez versus Morrell Jr. fight for sure. Look, Brian, that sounds good, but Morrell ain't messing with David Benavidez, bro. That's just, you know, it looks good and he's up there. Man, come on. He ain't messing with David. I don't see that happen. He ain't messing with David, bro. Come on, man. We can't go off Dave Morrell's last fight now. We can't bring up there because he went in there and KO'd Adios, Shabbat Simone, jump rope, skippity hop, hoop hop, ping king, whatever his name, Nilly Wan Y. We don't know who that dude was. Yabasi Nully Wink Wink Why? Who's that guy? He went 12 rounds with the guy, 16-0. He went 12 rounds with Yabasi Nully Yaman Kanki. He went 12 rounds and got the stoppage in the 12th round. David will punish this dude, man. Berlanga will bite David's shoulder, face, neck, and arm. For real, dog. It reminds me of I Am Legend. Why would you do that? I kind of, you know, that kind of set me back from supporting that dude because I just felt like his tactics. He's not being held accountable for the bite. Like, I know he was suspended for a little bit, but people are not holding him accountable for the bite. You should hold him accountable for the bite, just like a low blow. You know what I'm saying? Just like Andrew Galata and the Riddick Bowe situation. You should hold him accountable for trying to injure someone's physical anatomy. Like, you're trying to reconstruct that with injury. You're biting down on somebody for what? Where did that come from, bro? What crossed your mind, man? I don't know, man. That's weird. I mean, that's all the way weird. You know what I'm saying? James said WCS has the best analysis. I try to provide, knowledge as the best I can, man. While my mind still able to functionally get it out. You come up here maybe like 8 years from now, there, Jameson. I'll be like, hey, I know it ain't the way it used to be. Can somebody give me my oxygen tank and give me some hot tea, please? What's going on? Shaw News, the Sauce Experience, AK Showtime Shaw on deck. What's good, man? Boxing IQ, Mozzie asked to get out his contract with Top Rank. Team Tucker, we on deck in Philly. It's about to go down. All right. Yes, sir. I was just trying to explain to them no, they shouldn't frown upon somebody asking for work. And you know what I'm saying? Nobody's up there dogging out Team Ennis. You know what I'm saying? But, Team Tucker has requested sparring back in the day, and it was not answered with a confirmation. That doesn't mean anything. I didn't say nobody was scared. It's just it wasn't answered with, it wasn't given a confirmation. You know what I'm saying? So y'all need to understand. Y'all read in between the lines. It wasn't answered. It was both requested in person. You know what I'm saying? And even Shaw called up there and tried to make this shit happen. Now it's happening. It's going down today. Sparring war. You know what I'm saying? Team Tucker drove, pulled up to Philly. They on deck as we speak, man. That's the way it is. Don't feel no type of way. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel no type of way. That's boxing. If you don't take risks, what you in it for? And one thing I know about Jahi's pops, man, he want him in there for best. He want there sparring the best. He ain't going in there with a goddamn rehydration clause. What's your weight right now? 165. Man, you fight at 147 and you 165. That ain't fair. Come on, Jahi. No, that's not the way it's going down, man. He don't go there with that petty shit. He want to see his kid, go in there and stunt. You know what I'm saying? And get it in. Blunts, I got my rail, bro. Who you got? Lausch, I'm never going against Benavidez, bro. That's my favorite fighter. Benavidez, man, will freaking give David Morrell the business. He would give him the business. Y'all very high on Morrell. I get it, man. I get it, man. But I just don't see him touching David Benavidez right now. Yeah, I mean, people say who he need to fight, but we don't know what Rashidi is up to. Also, just like they mentioned Mozzie, like I know Rashidi had a fight recently, but for the talent that they say this guy has, too many people don't talk about him like they should. You know what I'm saying? Let me see where. Let me check something out right quick with the. So Rashidi is in the top 10 in the WBC rankings. You know what I'm saying? The last time, I remember the last time I checked, he was only ranked in like 1 or 2. Okay, he's in the WBO. So he's close. He's at the back door of top 5 in the WBO. You know what I'm saying? And why he's not reaching down to fight Rashidi, it could be Rashidi and they want to fight. Just like Blunt said, why he didn't fight Cody Crowley. I don't know. But when you bypass, I don't know, man. Like I said before, it would have been great if Boots was on the WBO route. But when you go over there to the IBF route, Karen Chukakakikumukumakanikidok, he's ranked in the top 5. There's nobody in number 2. Ortiz is at 3, so he reached down past Ortiz to fight Karen. Keith Thurman, we don't know what he's about. We heard him a rumor mill that he's in talks with freaking Errol Spence, the Phantom. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Cody Crawley is number 10. And what's so crazy about this, these people need to pay attention to their rankings. They have Cody Crawley named twice in the IBF rankings at 147 pounds. They have him ranked at number 10 and have him ranked at number 12. Now, I guess we're cloning fighters in the ranking system that make them seem more important. They need to pay attention to details sometime. Now, I'm from Maryland, so it's love for Tank always, but Benavidez is that guy. Jahi need to go through Tiger Johnson sooner or later to get to the next level. Tiger ain't no joke. Shout out to Tiger Johnson, man, and his people. I just seen him out here in New York. You know what I'm saying? Cool people. Shout out to Delonte. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Delonte. 7-0, undefeated. But you have to understand, boxing IQ, Jahi's a much bigger fighter than Tiger Johnson. And Tiger is trying to get down to 140. He told me that. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to get down to 140. So he's going away from the bigger weight classes and not toward them. He's trying to get down to 140. So he's not even trying to be up in the 147 range. Jahi, he's 147, 154. So they're not going to anytime soon. And you know, when it's all said and done, I'm pretty sure if they ain't already sparred, Showtime might be able to say, if they ain't already sparred, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have no problem sparring Tiger Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell y'all, and you know, them cats ain't afraid to go in there and spar anybody. They're not afraid to go spar anybody, man. They all about that. Rashidi turned down a fight with Ennis. Yeah, Rashidi, man, I thought something happened. I didn't know for sure. I don't pay too much attention to Rashidi, to be honest. I think Booth top speedy. Rashidi keeps calling Booth out. He wanted to fight him next. Of course he want to call him out when he's starting to get this shine and he about to goddamn fight for this title. That's what they do. When you don't have a fight, they quiet as a mice. But then when you get a fight, I want Boots. I want him. I want Virgil. You know, but you weren't saying that when they didn't have a fight. When they was in between fights, you weren't calling them out. You know what I'm saying? Time they get locked into a fight, I want him. I'm calling them out. Man, come on, bro. Yeah, Balaj, but he got one less fight than Jahi. He might F around and be a hype job. I think Benavidez got your boss Newly out of there about 6 to 8 rounds. Yeah, man. I don't think Morrell is ready for Benavidez right now. Seriously, I don't think he is. My personal favorite still is Rigondeaux and Terrence Crawford, even though everybody would pick him being a pound for pound anyone who know boxing. Rigondeaux had his moment, man, when he had it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a situation with him stopping, hurting his hand against Lomachenko, but yet people don't look at him moving up 2 weight classes. Hey, people don't pay attention to that shit, man. They was more focused on Lomachenko. But, man, I wish I would have had the opportunity to be out there for that sparring, for real. I was looking forward to that shit right there. Y'all hold on for a second. Trying to get the comments. You have to look at these fighters, right? You say, WCS, I get where you're coming from with the Boots hype. People feel like he has no weaknesses, and personally, I think he can be defensively irresponsible, and his shell on the inside may make him susceptible. And that's a solid observation. You know, people just think because they look at the fighter on the higher echelon, right? And they get critiqued all the time. But you get the young lions, because boxing fans continue to be spoiled. You get the young lions is up and coming, and they pick their favorite, and they act like that favorite is hands off with the criticism. No, it's hands on with the criticism, just like everybody else. Everybody has a certain area of their fighting style that people don't like. Always, it's human nature, man. People are going to be judgmental all the time. People are going to critique you. Man, they're going to come up with something, you know, the pros and cons. They're going to make sure they're the boxing historian. People are always going to have their damn likes and dislikes. That's just the way life is in general. But when it comes to boxing, the sweet science, you can't just add your own recipe in there and say, oh, that's it. That's it. My recipe is it, and that's all that matters. No. Boots hasn't proven himself yet. He hasn't proven himself. He hasn't fought nobody of any notoriety, any true freaking welterweight that's solid in the game right now. He hasn't did it. You know, just because Sergey Lipinets has some fights at welterweight, no, we ain't talking about that. We're going to keep the same energy they keep with Crawford, who keep bringing up Gamboa. We're going to keep the same energy with Boots. You know what I'm saying? Virgil Ortiz has a better resume at welterweight than Jaron Ennis. That's just a factual detail right there. He has a better resume, period. Susceptible to pressure fighters, but also think it says something when your competition is flat out avoiding you. He's gonna have to find a way to get the fights. That's just boxing. You know what I'm saying? For people to feel some type of way without the competition, they just not sure of themselves. If you feel some type of way about this fighter and you confident in yourself, you got to go fight him. It's do or die. Kill or be killed, man. Mano a mano. You got to go out here and prove it. That's the only way you're going to change levels in this game. You got to fight. You know what I'm saying? Teo did it. He did it with Nakatani for eliminator. He did it with Richard Comey for the title. And then he fought Lomachenko on the pound-for-pound list when nobody thought he had a chance. You got to take risks like that, man. You have to take risks, period. Just like Shakur Stevenson. He went up there, won the WBO title, and then he said, I want Oscar Valdez. That was him coming off the damn brutal knockout of Miguel Burchell. So right now, right then, he was buzzing. Shakur Stevenson said, I want him. EC on deck, what's good? He said, Benavidez is unstoppable. Man, Benavidez is a dog, man. Like Mike Tyson. He's a monster, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a monster. Benavidez is a monster, bro. I'm really looking forward to this fight between him and Caleb. Seriously, I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a long time coming right there. He's fighting for the IBF interim title. He wants a title, and I think that's to be respected, even if we don't know his opponent. I understand what you're saying about knowing his opponent. His opponent is in the ranking system. Real talk. His opponent is in the ranking system. Got to respect it for that. Nothing he can do. It's boxing. It's boxing. I mean, the ranking system can be massaged just like anything. It's boxing. It may not be the name that we want to hear, but always understand when it comes to boxing, the depth of competition and the quality, it thins out very, very quickly in any division that you look. Like 140 is pretty deep right now. But you're talking about 17 divisions, bro. The divisions, the names in the divisions, the killers, they don't go 1 to 10. It thins out. And then with all the damn titles in boxing, it allows some of those mediocre names to be able to get a title. You do know Rashidi fights on January 7th, right? Boots never offered that man no fight. I don't know. If you're talking to me, I said I haven't paid attention to Rashidi Ellis. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't say Boots. He ducked Boots. I know somebody else said Boots. He ducked Boots or whatever. He turned down that fight. But to be honest, I haven't paid attention to Rashidi Ellis like that. Well, yeah, because Rashidi is 9th in the IBF. Now Morrell, not a hype job, bro. He was a blue-collar boxer, and in the pros, they started him earlier, being how advanced his skill was. He was pacing himself against Idos. So, Balash saying he was pacing himself. I can't go against and totally deny what you're saying. I can't, but I'm just trying to find out the why. Why was he pacing himself for what? What was the reason? But if Jahi Tucker goes the distance with a fighter that they don't know, and they say, "Oh, we want to put the rounds in," you know, people lose their mind. No, he just looks subpar. I'm just saying. Shout out to Team Tuck over there, man. Go get that work today, man. I know it's hot. I know it's heavy over there, goddammit. I know it's hot and heavy in there right now. Them gloves, you know, man. I know it's the temperature's up over there, man. Blunt say, now I'm questioning your boxing IQ. It was all over the net about Rashidi turning down the fight with Boots. Why do you think they on the same card? They had an option to fight Boots. Okay, you need to answer that IQ if you feel the need. Morrell has no chance against Benavidez. I give it 4 rounds of that. He can't fight Rashidi and get the interim title. He can fight somebody in the ranking systems. You know what I'm saying? They can make that shit happen. Fight somebody in the ranking system, in the IBF ranking system. Yeah, for sure. So fight Rashid. Just because he's a somewhat known name when he already declined or pursue him an interim title. Boxing IQ said, here are the facts. They never offered Rashidi no fight from the horse's mouth. It's good to hear, different areas of people, talking. You know what I'm saying? I want to know how that sparring going. I couldn't catch a flight out, man. They overbooked my flight, man. God damn, dog. I wanted to be on deck in Philly today. Brian said, you literally skipped over the context he was explaining. You got it, IQ. Blunt say, well then, somebody capping, because Jaron Ennis said himself that Ellis turned down the fight with Boots. I vaguely remember hearing something like that. I'm not sure. Bosey said on YSM that Ellis turned down the contract to fight Boots. I don't know, IQ. Bosey does be in front of the camera over there now. He does get airtime now. Bosey has airtime now. Bosey said he turned it down because he's too low in the rankings, but they offered him before and Rashidi turned it down. Damn. Man, drop the link so we can talk about it. It's early, man. I got things to do. You know how close it is to Christmas? I got some things to do. So, hey, Balash, I will be back on later, though, but I just wanted to come on here and put my guy, Jahi Tucker, you know what I'm saying, on a nice-ass thumbnail, them pulling up to Philly, stepping in there with Jaron Ennis. Shout out to the Boxing Voice and his team for putting out that clip where the discrepancies, let me go back and remind people, of that viral video clip that's circulating out there. You know what I'm saying?
What do you see as just like big fight, your super big fight? down the
My
line.
Super Bowl fight down the
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
It's these divisions is on fire. Boxing is in a great place right now, you know. So it's a lot of stuff that can happen, you know. Right now, hypothetically, it's looking like a versus Ortiz or Ennis. That's like a Super Bowl, you know. But there's also dudes coming up with me who on the same hunt that I'm on too. You feel me? So everything go fall into place.
Oh, being from the East Coast, you telling me you ain't gone down to Philly?
I'm going on. What you mean?
You ain't been down to Philly to get that Ennis work?
We reached out.
No answers?
Discrepancies. Feel me?
That's the second time you used that. We're gonna have to have an off-air conversation about what discrepancies mean for him.
bet.
So Blunt's put the link up. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's the link to Bozy putting it out there that Rashidi turned down the fight. So y'all can look up that link. You know what I'm saying? It's good to get the gems floating around in the current. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they would literally be going backwards and would lose the opportunity for the IBF interim. That's the video y'all talking about. Rashid ain't no step backwards. It's a better fight than that bum he's fighting next. Was heating up? Shout out to Jamal Neezy on deck. What's good, Neezy? What's good with you? Yo, what up, WCS? Salute to you in the chat. What's the thumbnail about? Jahi Tucker is in Philly, man. They pulled up to Philly to spar Boots, man. 2 welterweight young lions is coming up. Boots Ennis about 23, 24, I think. Jahi Tucker 19. Spar wars on deck. You know what I'm saying? Both undefeated fighters. Both will be in the sport for quite some time. And you know what? Up the line, they may definitely meet. But right now, they are inside the square circle, getting it in. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of stuff went on behind the scenes with the boxing voice and the video they put out there. And Jahi Tucker saying discrepancies, which I felt it was very professional. And it doesn't consist of trash talking. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Some team members reached out. Real talk. Some team members reached out, man. Let me see. My fault, people. StreamYard was freezing up. I don't know what the hell. Let me see. Jameson say, Jamal Neezy, Jahi knocked out Boots in sparring and said, this the man calling out Bud Crawford. That is absolutely untrue. So y'all not going to put that tag on me. I never said anything about him knocking out no damn Boots in his bad. Y'all ain't about to do that to a brother. You know what I'm saying? But what we do know is that these two are sparring as we speak. And a lot of questions has been asked why he ain't been able to get work with Boots, and he's over there on the East Coast in the same footprint damn near. So they had to drive up there to the gym, and it's going down as we speak. You know what I'm saying? But WCS did not put any information out there that Jahi Tucker knocked out Boots, just to be clear. You're not putting that. Boots versus Fundora at 154. That would be a tough fight for anybody. Anybody not named Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Fundora's trying to make it. He's trying to climb that ladder, man. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to climb that ladder. Real talk. I ain't mad at him. He can fight Rashidi and still be number one in the IBF, though, right? I wonder who gonna be the first to get Fundora out of there. Fundora can already, we already seen with Jamonte Clark, he can be outboxed. You know what I'm saying? We seen with Danny Lewis that he can be touched up. We seen with Erickson Lubin that he can take punishment, but if you can stand in there, you can drop him. Like if you can land that shot and you have decent power, he can be dropped. But Fundora has heart, to his credit. And will he be a world champion? It's possible with the belts. We're just trying to see when Jamel gonna come off the belts. You know what I'm saying? Look, people need to understand this. It looks all good for Jamel to have all those belts, but he's paying sanction fees out the ass, man. He's paying sanction fees out the ass on those belts. And those sanction fees come out ASAP. So he can talk about Undisputed all he want, and he crazy enough to hold on to those Undisputed belts forever and a day and pay all those sanction fees. Kudos to him. That's not smart. Shout out to the Wild Dog, Captain Chaos on deck with a $10 super chat, man. Appreciate your support, brother. Let's stop the hate. Jahi's 19 with the best team in the game. He ain't out here blinging and stunting. Grounded young warrior with a promotional team. Shout out to World Comebacks and Showtime Shaw. Man, shout out to him and his team, man. I don't know why people say he need to get rid of his corner or his team. I don't know why that's coming about. The man is undefeated, and like Captain Chaos said, he's not walking around here with this jury and spending his money on shit that don't make sense. They're still trying to get to the money. They're trying to get to the bag. They're still trying to get in the good graces, of top rank elevator. You know what I'm saying? He's still trying to go in there and perform so he can be recognized as one of the top elite prospects in boxing. That's what he's trying to do. They focus on the bag. They focus on the entertainment. They focus on the showmanship, giving the fans what they want to see, man. People know who Jahi Tucker is, man. But when you leave him off the prospects of the year, that's just blatant. When you leave that man off the prospects of the year, that's just blatant, man. But big shout out to Captain Chaos for the $10 super chat, my brother. One love to you. Thanks for the support. That's the link where they said Ellis was offered double the money to fight Boots and he turned it down. Originally, they wanted Kiefer Ugas or Virgil or Stanthionis. So I don't know about the interim shit. Okay. Appreciate that nugget, though. Appreciate the nugget. You ain't gonna put that on me, Jameson. I ain't say nothing about nobody knocking nobody out, man. Hell no, man. That wasn't me. Shout out to my guy, Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease on deck. Salute to your brother. What's good with it, Gumbo? Salute WCS and the family on driving in these frozen roads listening. For real, man. I was hoping you say you wasn't even on the road, but them roads, man. Believe me, the wind was blowing like it was crazy. And I still haven't recovered all the way from NYC. And I was about to head back out to Philly, man. I was layered up like a motherfucker, dog. I was layered up like a monk, man. Last minute, they say, nope, the flight is full. I'm saying, how can it be full? My ticket. Oh, well, the party that you booked it from, they overbooked it. I said, man, somebody gonna reimburse me for my gas money? God damn. Be safe out there, Gumbo, man. You know what it is already, man. Be safe out there on them roads, man. Real talk. The ice, the wind, all that shit, man. Be safe out there. Boost going to tear Jahi up. And Jahi has problems with Clayton, Delorme, and Lipinets. Hey, and I don't know what type of focus you have on. You know, I don't know how old you are. I don't know if you are a musician that basically mirrors himself off Stevie Wonder or Ray Charles. I don't know if you really see boxing like that. Real talk. But if you think for Clayton and Delorme and Lipinets, come on, bro. That'll be such easy work for Jahi. They'll get outboxed, man. It's boxing at the beginning and the end of the sunset, bro. It's boxing. It's boxing. I don't know what y'all dudes come up talking about so-and-so's going to tear somebody up. Some of you cats will say that, and you haven't even seen none of these cats spar. You haven't seen them spar, man. It sounds all dandy, but you haven't seen them spar, man. You feel me? Late to this, but real shit, if Boots isn't working with Jahi, they actually spar and have a little spar with Jahi. About to have a couple of years taking off his career. I don't believe that. I seen him at work. One thing when you talk about fighters having years taking off their career, Edwards, that a part of your understanding is absolutely vacant, and that is defense. I don't think you respect the defense. He does it so well, and he's extremely elusive that you don't give him respect for being defensively minded. You don't respect him being defensively minded. You're just looking at the offense, and you're just looking at, the stature of aesthetic of Boots and the pictures and the thumbnails, whatever you're looking at. But somehow, some way, you're removing the defense part of it and acting like Jahi don't have one of the best defensive freaking dance hall displays in the game, bro. I don't know what you're looking at, brother. I really don't. I don't know what you're looking at. But take off the shades, go to your primary care provider, ask them to check out the cataracts. You know what I'm saying? Get your eyes dilated, see if your vision is good. Because right now, goddamn it, you looking in the shade, man. You're looking in the shade, dog. How you gonna take a couple of years off the man's life, man? I don't think you really seen this man box, and it seems like you might be somebody over there in Philly right now in the corner throwing shade. You know what I'm saying? You looking at them hands fly, and you over here. Oh man, let me go here. I heard this dude was live. Let me go ahead and talk some shit right quick. He too young for him. Not ready. He okay to work with Boots, but Boots way too much for him. I don't know how you say that. Y'all wasn't saying that about Teo. Did y'all think Teo was he wasn't ready for Lomachenko, who was much older, did 2 tours in the Olympics? Did you say he was too young? Did you say that about Mike Tyson? Was he too young to win the heavyweight championship? I think he's just an easy target for you to say, well, he ain't ready for Boots. I disagree. I mean, come on now. Is Boots' record, does he have, 29 professional wins and 29 knockouts? Like, do people look at him as a knockout artist before they look at Tank? You know what I'm saying? When you hear Jaron Ennis and Tank Davis names, do they both come up with the same explanation? Oh, man, both of them are hitters. Both of them are knockout artists. No. They said it about Tank. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Truth be told, much respect to Philly, man, but Jaron Ennis is trying to bring Philly back out into the limelight, man. Philly, when it comes to boxing, is not where it used to be. You feel me? It's not where it used to be, man. So Ennis has a lot riding on his shoulders, man, to put Philly back on the map a little bit. But shout out to Jahi, man. Dude is defensively minded, with hands, with speed, with an extensive boxing IQ. I think people look at him with glasses on. They don't see the domineering persona that they want to see with this dude, and they so quick to say, well, Jaron Ennis is going to take years off his life. He's been in there with some of the big names, bro. I'm not going to run down the list. If his people get on here and talk about it, they've been in there with some of the big names, man. Real talk. He's our F with Jahi too. He's nice, but he's too young. I've been on Jahi since he was in the amateurs too. He's nice. So I don't get it, fellas. Like, you would come over here and basically try to shit on a fighter first, and then turn around and say, oh, I mess with Jahi. I'm good. Me and him cool. But you sitting over here and saying he gonna get his life, years taken off his life. You're not giving the man credit when you walk through the door. You feel me? You just discrediting the man and criticizing him, and you're not even showing no genuine love, but you say you've been rocking with him since the AMs? What kind of relationship is that, brother? What kind of relationship is going on with that? You respect the man or don't you respect him? Gumbo AK Hot Grease, salute Captain Chaos. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease, in the building with a $20 super chat on deck. What's good, Gumbo? Appreciate your support, brother. I'm being Captain Chaos petty. Hey, Chaos, we all know he can be petty, goddammit. He was over here being petty yesterday. I know they screenshot the shit out of. They ran out of memory. Screenshot that. Screenshot that. We're gonna hold it to a different day. Screenshot that. Screenshot that one too. Screenshot that. Screenshot all the super chats from Chaos. Screenshot all the comments. LOL, much respect, Mr. Gumbo. It would say, is this sparring actually happening? It's happening right now. That's why I'm speaking on it, man. It's happening right now. As we speak. It's happening right now, man. It's going down right now. I'm gonna give y'all a follow-up. They just overbooked my flight, man. I was rolling out this morning. I was gonna get over there around 9, but I kept on having issues because last minute and people trying to go over there, and you'll see the open flight, but then you book it. It said, sorry, there's trouble and this, that, and the other. So I went to a third party and they booked the shit. I say, damn, why couldn't I do it? And then you get down there and motherfuckers say the flight is full, is overbooked. You can take a different flight. There's no need for me to take a different flight because I only going there dipping in and dipping out. You know what I'm saying? He said I wasn't insulting, I was speaking facts. If he does not get stopped by Boots, I'll be surprised. I just know how good Boots is. So how can your opinion be a fact? Especially if you're trying to prognosticate or predict something that hasn't occurred, brother. That's not a fact. That's your opinion. You're up here prognosticating something that hasn't happened. How does that work exactly? Can we all do that? Are we all blessed? Did God give us different certificates at birth and say, hey, that little snap over there in the right-hand corner, that means he's with ESP, 100% accurate. This is a special baby right here. No, it's not facts. So don't put facts on it, okay? Because I know certain group of people love to talk about everything is facts. And they'll come over here on the ghost accounts and all that shit. But that ain't no fact. I mean, seeing that Jahi in there with anybody come close to getting knocked out at all. You know what I'm saying? People with heavy hands. That shit sounds good, but no, it ain't facts, homie. That's just opinions. Stick to the opinions. Don't try to overdress it, bro. Don't try to overdress it. And abusing that damn FACTS. Stop doing that, man. I seen many Jahi sparring wars. Jahi is good. Top rank is moving him accordingly. Hey, man, you have to look at it like that, IQ, just the way you see it. You know what I'm saying? Just give an honest assessment of what you're looking at. If you look at something and you ain't trying to see no good, you're not. Everything that he's doing well, you're going to look at, oh, no, it could have been better. Oh, he don't have no power. Oh, he ain't easy work. He ain't easy work. I'm telling you. He's not easy work. And this knockout there, like I said before, isn't defense a part of the sweet science? Defense is just as important as offense. Did we forget how Zab Judah did when he sparred Sweet Pea? Let's stop steel. Steel sharpen steel. Yeah, for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? So look, exactly what Chaos just mentioned. What's wrong with considering Jahi Tucker, who fights on a premier boxing promotion, right? What's wrong with identifying that he's steel just like Jaron Ennis is steel? Both of them are steel, man. Iron sharpen irons, right? They go in there and they get it in. It's going to be intense, man. Real talk. They said they was going like 8 to 10 rounds. I'm waiting for the post sparring info. Boots is gonna work with Jahi. He's not gonna try to hurt him. Y'all be acting like sparring is real, dude. Why y'all keep acting like Boots is this extreme phenom? Like, what on his record say he's a phenom and he's just gonna work with the little baby Jahi? Come on, stop the madness, man. Y'all tripping, man. And probably all y'all huddled up there in Philly right now. Y'all all in the corner on this live shooting bullshit. For real, dog. How is he gonna sit up? You trying to act like that dude's a freaking little baby? Do you know how extreme they workouts was when they was younger? Do you know he has a brother that potentially is much more of a killer? That's 2-time national champion. Man, he's gonna be on the scene in about 5 years, dog. He's gonna be on the scene. I don't know what y'all looking at, man. Y'all, look, I know what you're doing. You just being spiteful. That's all. You know what I'm saying? You just being antagonist right now. That's all. You just having some fun on Friday for the holidays. I get it, IQ. I ain't mad at you, homie. I ain't mad at you, homie. Real talk. I'm not mad at you. You just in the holiday spirit. You know what I'm saying? You just in the holiday spirit. That was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? IQ say Boost is going to work with Jahi. Like, he's up here coddling a baby, man. Come on, bro. You just don't know him very well, dog. His dad ain't built like that, man. His dad ain't built like that. Talking about, hey, go in there and take it easy on him. They ain't built like that, man. Showtime will tell you. He around them. He been around them more than me. They ain't built like that, man. Luis Castillo end up sparring Julio Cesar Chavez. How did Luis Castillo? Man, shout out to both of them, man. Shout out to both of them warriors. Some people just choose to be negative and their perspective is different. It is different when you sit up here and say, oh, he's just going to move around with them. I'm telling you, that isn't the case, y'all. That isn't the case. This shit went viral. People felt some type of way about it. They was on the phone and doing the moonlight hours, and then, you know, Team Tucker, of course, had to make the trip. So you talking about riding in a car for 3+ hours, getting over there, warming up and everything, and getting in there and getting that work. Y'all kind of putting this man on a level, man. Like, I don't know, man. Nobody on his resume tells me that he's just cleaning house. He's just cleaning house, man. We can't say Thomas DeLore, maybe, because he was coming off 2 losses. Let's not pair lunch like that, man. You know what I'm saying? People are having a good old lunch, man. Don't ruin their child, dog. Don't do that, man. Don't ruin their child. Don't do that, man. Damn. Defense is more important. Yeah, defense is more important, so you won't sit up here with slurred speech and barely can goddamn be understood. You trying to withdraw money out the bank and they call the police on you. I think something wrong with this guy. I don't know, man. I can't understand the word he's saying. I asked him several times to repeat itself. What Floyd Mayweather say? Hit, not get hit. Hit, not get hit. So don't act like it's none and void when it comes to Tucker, man. Larry Holmes was Ali's sparring partner. How'd it work out? Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We should be looking at it as Jahi went to get some good work and against Boots to learn and push himself, should be respected. I agree with that, James. It should be respected, but of course, they go with their favorite. You know what I'm saying? What makes their pupil happy. As long as their eyes are happy and they're grinning, oh, wow, yeah, Boots is, okay, thank you, WCS, for putting this word out. Oh, man, Jahi's going up there and Jaron Ennis is just allowing him to come to the gym, and he's gonna move around with the 19-year-old. That's not the way. It's not the format, bro. That's not the format, man. Y'all better stop tripping, man. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with Jameson. It should be respected, but people are not here to render respect like that. There's nothing I can say about that. If you don't think Marley can fight, okay, cool. I said 5 years, right? So if Marley's 13, where he gonna be at 5 years? He's gonna be 18. but he might come on the scene at 17. I don't know, but I don't know what you mean by that. I said 5 years from now. Jahi turned professional early, and his brother Marley's gonna be on the scene too. So now I know for a fact, when it comes down to it, you probably over there somewhere somehow. I know you're on a ghost account. man. I know you're on a ghost account. That link is strictly for boxing IQ, man. Chaos say Pac-Man made Cambo without Manny Cambo couldn't beat Tito. In this case, they're going to work Boots. I'm not going to get in there to hurt him. You keep repeating yourself now. It makes no sense for me to keep on putting it out there. You just keep repeating yourself to be seen. You know what I'm saying? You basically semi-trolling. But of course, let me put the thumbnail up there. That's what's going on right now in Philly. God damn it, Jahi Tucker is on deck, pulled up to Philly to get that Jaron Ennis work. Yes, sir, it's going down. Two established welterweights in the sport, man. You know what I'm saying? Going in there getting that work. Don't be mad at neither one of them. You know what I'm saying? But it was just out there. And thanks to TBV, man, putting out that little small clip, that people start to feel some type of way. And they say, okay, y'all want to come spar? Let's go spar before Christmas, goddammit. Let's go. So I'm not sure if they got cameras up there or whatever the case may be. But I'm definitely going to touch bases back with you all and give you a back brief on how everything went down. I mean, they ain't going to lie to me. They're not going to lie to me, man. But all the babysitting and stuff like that's hilarious, man. That's adorable too. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to treat it like someone just getting a new puppy or something. That's not the case. You're dealing with a monster, man. You're dealing with a dance hall affiliate, man. Defense is everything. So appreciate Super Chats, man, for Captain Chaos and freaking, Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease. Appreciate everyone who tuned in and support the channel. Y'all continue to. And, share the content, man. Share this freaking live stream, man. Tucker, Jaron Ennis is going down as we speak. You know what I'm saying? As we speak, people. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. I'm out.